Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the story. I'd like to share the story on how I made roughly like 60 grand in like about 8 hours. Currently 6 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh. Feels like probably 10 below zero, yes. I know you're jealous, those of you in LA and Dallas and Miami and wherever else it's warm. Yeah. I seriously need to cut back on caffeine, but today this is number 2. It's not even lunchtime yet, but it is what it is. That's rather here or there, but today I'd like to talk a little bit about story. I'd like to share the story on how I made roughly like 60 grand in like about 8 hours. It sounds crazy, but that's what the title's gonna be. It sounds a little clickbaity, but 8 to 10 hours made about $60,000 in equity, minus taxes and that sort of thing. So here's what I'm talking about for that story, if you have not heard it yet.
Showtime.
That plumbing that's over there
is in the wrong place.
This light is 3 inches out of square.
Call me crazy, but sometimes I like to come outside because the lighting out here is phenomenal. I can't believe how cold it is and how blue the sky is. They don't match. It's very deceiving. But this was about 2013 when this all happened, December of 2013, right around Christmas. About 3 or 4 months before that, I saw something on Facebook to enter into this contest to where the reality show would come into your house and they would rehab one of the rooms and surprise your significant other or someone in your family while you were away. They're going to come in and redo everything. And that was the whole concept. Renovation Raiders is the show name.
We're in.
Warming up a little bit, but I saw the ad and I gotta immediately, this sounds like I have to do this. And the deadline was pretty close. I think they were trying to fulfill this last episode of the season. The timing was just perfect. And I did a top 10. The requirements were to submit a video on why you should choose me, basically. And I did a top 10 video on what I hate about my kitchen. And I did it all kind of one take. And this is probably way before I was really fast with editing and like getting all this but I actually had some experience with it a little bit. So that really helped me as well. But I submitted it off all that same night, filled out the application. And then the next day, I already heard back. I think it was the next afternoon, someone showed up. They had a little phone and they put it in front of my face. They asked me a couple questions. And just things started to move and move. And I never really knew if they even really chose me, but they kept asking more questions. And I had to get my my wife at the time out of the house because she was being surprised. It was a whirlwind and I was really loving the enthusiasm, the adrenaline rush. And
all right, fellas, coast is clear. We are wheels up and on the way.
And we get to one of the filming days. I think there was 3 total. There was the after, then the whole during, and then the one day before where they filmed part of, hey, how you doing? And I meet him at the door.
Hello, Mr. Greg.
Yes,
Nice
hi.
to meet you. This is Andy.
Greg, very nice to meet you.
We kind of scope out what we want to do, and the one contractor guy has this really big, you betcha kind of accent. It just really screams at me when I listen to it now. And then the whole concept was, during that day, I'm going to surprise everyone. The whole family was going to leave. We were going to go to eat, and then we were going to the Holidazzle Parade, which happens here in December, downtown Minneapolis, and then there was ice skating after, then there was this whole plan. If we needed to buy more time, we had to lose the key to the locker at the ice skating rink, and it's all in the show.
Drop it. Here you go.
It's interesting how the production that went into it, what made it into the episode, and how long it took for the episode to come out, and the lessons that I learned along the way, and the people I met that were putting the show together. During the filming of that day, there was at least 40 people in my house. And they came up for the surprise, hey, the reveal, and oh, I'm so shocked. Because I didn't even know a lot of it, even though I was involved. They just kept coming out of the basement, just coming in. Who are all these people? it was such a rush that as this all went down, I'm saying 60,000 because that's roughly like what the equity is that went up, because the kitchen was disgusting, and then it was really cool how they did it. But paid some taxes on that, so there was a little bit less, but it was so worth it. We ended up selling that house. It's a long story, but I've not been living in that house for a while, but still owned half of it, and we sold it last summer. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But one of the morals or the lessons that I learned is that that's always for other people. No, other people, that's people like me. I mean, they want people, but I had a lot of things lined up for timing because I did some of the videos, so I could submit that in pretty quickly. I had a storyline that I could present, and I knew a few of these things of what they were looking for. They needed this episode during this specific time. They wanted a kitchen in this specific neighborhood, and all those things just lined up, and I'm like, I gotta get on this. But if I would have said, nah, that's for other people, I'm not gonna be able to do this, I would have never had that experience. And fortunate pieces of just being able to go through all of it and having this whole kitchen updated, and it was something I won't forget very easily.